Hi guys, one of the most important thing when you're talking about, or one of the most important aspect when you're talking about videography, photography, and all the creative space is storage. And I've realized this is one of the rarely talked about aspect when we are talking about creating content for clients, creating content even for an individual, or even when you watch videos that are talking about people starting up YouTube channel. One of the aspects they rarely advise creators, or they rarely advise beginner creatives, is storage. And I feel it is very important. Me as a person who has spent money in the past years and in the past months on buying drives and working with iVillage, I've realized there is an approach when it comes to storage, and I feel it is very important to share with you, and that is what I'm going to talk about today in this video. So the drives that are used here are the Seagate drives. Now, to be clear, I'm not paid by Seagate to make this video, or I'm not paid by any company to create this video, but this is an opinion and this is a tip that I'm sharing from my perspective to you as a person who is starting up when it comes to videography, photography, but also as a filmmaker. I feel storage is something that we rarely talk about when you're talking to people who are going to start up a YouTube channel, people who want to enter the industry. If you look at all the videos that give advice, most of the videos that are giving you tips, they rarely talk about how important storage is. And trust me, this is one aspect that you're going to need, or this is an aspect you're going to face so many times as you're creating content for YouTube. So what drive am I talking about today? That is the Seagate drive that is in this box. Sorry, this is an empty box. Yeah, because as I'm recording this video, the drive is I'm backing up some content on it, so I can't have it here, but trust me, there is going to be B-roll in this video that you're going to be seeing as I'm talking about this specific drive. Now, first and foremost, this Seagate drive is 8 TB. That means that if you buy this drive, you're going to have 8 TB worth of storage. So you're going to have a good storage space. We got this drive because we were at a time where we needed to back up content, or we needed to store footage for the clients. One thing you need to understand is that when you create videos for people, you need to keep that footage, because you don't know when you need it, or you don't know the time when a client is going to come to you and they need these files, and by the time they come back to you, you will be making money off this raw content, or even you might be working on a project for this client after a couple of years, and this could be the footage that you can use. And trust me, the client is going to get surprised and so happy when they see that ever since you started working with them, you have been storing the content or the footage, and trust me, they will treat you so differently compared to people who just go create content, or even go shoot content and then they throw it away, or even they just format cards straight away after a client confirming that they liked the video. So I feel if you buy this Seagate drive, or if you get a drive that is worth 8 TB, you'll have enough terabytes to run you for some time. One thing about this drive is it is 8 terabyte storage. So if you are in possession of such a drive, you'll be in position to save a footage of clients that you're working with. But also you need to understand that there is going to be a time when the footage you're going to record today and tomorrow is very vital and important. Just imagine that you're recording a video for a client or even a documentary, and after years you have this footage. What you need to understand is that time runs every second, and once you're keeping content that you record very well, clients are going to reach a level where they are going to take you so serious. So away from just the storage space of 8 TB that this drive has, it has a couple of plugs, meaning that if you're coming from any region of this world, you will be in position to access the power ports that you have in your home, at your office, and at your workspace. So that is one thing that I loved about this drive. It has a couple of plugs that you can attach to the power cable, and you'll be in position to put it in any extension cable that you have access to. So another thing that you need to understand about this drive, it also comes with a power cable, meaning that you can only use it when you have access to electricity or direct electricity. So if you don't have electricity, you will not be in position to access this Seagate backup drive. But one thing that is important about these drives is that they are purposely away from just the small drives that we usually buy. This will help you to only back up content and footage or even finished files on it, so that in case there comes a time when a client wants you to refer or even to go to works you edited some time back, meaning that you can just be in position to just refer to that content easily because you backed up the edited files, but also you backed up the raw content that you used to edit that particular video. Now, away from just the plugs and away from the power source cable, an advantage that you're going to have for photographers and also for people who are creatives, you have a 1-year membership to the Creative Cloud plan, meaning that if you buy this drive, you're going to have access to Adobe Creative Cloud and all their softwares. So you're getting to not only have a drive or a backup drive, but you're also getting software that you can use for your creative work. Now, I've talked about the cable, I've talked about the plug, I've talked about also there is a cable inside that you get when you open up the drive or the box. You'll see there is a cable inside that you connect on the drive and then to the computer. That is the cable that you'll use to transfer whatever you want to transfer from your computer, from your card to the drive, but also this cable will help you to transfer whatever you want to transfer from your drive to the computer. If you want to last with these drives for a very long period of time, first and foremost, you need to always protect it from falling. What you need to understand is that drives get corrupt or destroyed when it comes to heat, when it comes to falling. So in case you're going to use this drive, make sure that you put it into spaces, or make sure that you place it in spaces where it is going to be safe enough. So avoid putting it on high level places or areas, but also this will help you to maintain this drive for a very long period of time, because you know how important your content is and the drive. Because sometimes when a drive falls, you don't only lose the content, but there are high chances that also the drive is going to become faulty, putting you in a position where you just need to buy a new drive or to look for someone who is going to repair it, which sometimes doesn't come out 100% or even doesn't heal 100%. Another thing that I've realized when it comes to these drives is the fact that if you're storing content on them and it reaches a level where it is going to become full, make sure that you leave some space on these drives so that they can use that space to operate on, because some drives, when you fill them to capacity, they reach a level where they need an operating space and they decide to become corrupt, or even that is when you put a drive into your computer and you find that all the content that you have stored on it is lost. So it is always important, if you are storing content on such a drive, that you leave some space there. Lastly, I don't advise someone to edit on these drives, because what you need to understand is that sometimes it is hard to rely on electricity. It will go when you're still using it, and that might put you in a position or in a risk position where you're going to lose your content, or even the drive is going to become faulty. So if you're a person who is using this drive, mainly let it be for backup, and you have those other small storage drives that you can use to work, or even the small drives that will depend on your computer or even on your laptop to get power so that you can use them. So use such drives for backup, and then you can use the small drives to store your content. One thing you need to understand is that backing up your work is so important, and also having storage is one of the ways work is going to be smooth for you as an organization that creates content for clients, or even as an individual that creates content for people, because it is always important that you back up the work you do. But also, just imagine you're an editor and they're bringing you all these files to edit a certain production, and you don't have where to back it or even where to store it. So one thing you need to always consider as you're getting into the production game, as you're getting into the photography game, as you're pushing for this creative space, is to always have a backup drive. If this video has been useful to you, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, because I create content and videos about production and filmmaking. My name is Pastor Jagena. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel. That is the only way I can grow. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.